Hello students, welcome to my class, which is KMUS Spirit. Um, Today's video will be very short, and the other videos in the class will be a lot longer than this one. This one is just gonna introduce the class to you and introduce myself, and then next week we'll get started with learning about the things that are in the book. So first of all, this is the second semester of online classes at KMU. I don't know about you guys, but in my first semester with online, it was a struggle at the beginning. So I hope that this semester will be a little easier. Um, Now that we know that the whole semester will be online, last semester everything kept changing, but now we know this whole semester will be just online. This class will consist of a 45-minute video once a week, and there will be no Zoom lessons in the class. So, like I just said, all you have to do in this class is just watch the videos and do the assignments. So you have a lot of freedom about when you're going to watch your video, so you don't have to worry about Zoom or anything like that. We're not going to have any live classes or Zoom classes. So tips for students. I know that, first of all, as you can see, this class is going to be in English. I'm sure you all know that. But it's obvious that there are going to be different English levels in the class. Some people will be very comfortable listening to English, and other people will not be comfortable listening to English. So my first tip for you to be more comfortable in the class is to use the subtitle function, or 자막. I don't have a good way to show you this because I don't have any videos posted yet, but when you watch this video, there should be, in kind of the lower right corner here, an option to turn on subtitles. I am posting all of these videos to YouTube, and YouTube has a pretty good subtitle function. My first advice is to just try to use English subtitles, but I'm pretty sure that you can also use Korean subtitles as well. It's going to translate what I'm saying into Korean. The Korean subtitles will not be perfect, but if you're really having trouble understanding what I'm saying, then try to use the Korean subtitles. Okay? Number two, if there's something you don't understand in the video, try watching it again. Just listening to a lecture in English is not easy, so it might require you to listen more than one time. So don't just give up because you could not understand the first time. You might want to try. If there's a part you don't understand, go back and listen again. Number three, feel free to send me a message. The worst thing that you can do is, if you don't understand something about the class, is just you don't tell anybody and you just sit alone by yourself in your room and you just feel bad that you don't understand. But at the same time, you don't send me a message and you don't send your classmates a message, and you just let yourself fail the class or don't do well in the class. So please, I'm really happy to answer any message that you have. I'd be happy to talk with you anytime you want. We can have a phone call or even video chat. I want to try to help you do well in the class. Okay, so please don't be scared about doing that. I also I'm not super good at Korean, but I can understand Korean pretty well. And my wife is Korean, so if you need to send me a message that's not in English, that's usually going to be okay too, because either I can understand it, or I can ask my wife to help me, or I can use whatever, Papago or something like that. So there is no reason to not contact me if you're having trouble, okay? Number 4 is just don't give up on the class. I think it's very easy to give up with the online class because there's no connection with the other students. There's less of a connection to the teacher because we're not really seeing each other. But as long as you don't give up and you keep trying in the class, at the end you're probably going to get a good grade and you're going to pass. I'm not a really strict or mean teacher. I just ask that you do my assignments. My assignments are usually not too hard. So as long as you do everything that I ask, you're going to probably get a good grade in the class. So again, please just don't give up. Just the only way to get a F in the class is basically to not watch the videos and to not do the assignments. So as long as you do them, you're going to probably get a good grade. So please don't give up on the class. All right. So sending me a message. Like I said, I'm super open about answering questions. But last semester, some of my students were a little bit too much with the way that they were sending me messages. Here's kind of the guideline that I want you to follow. When you have a problem or a question, the first thing that I want you to try to use is CTL Messenger. So if it's not clear, let me show you what CTL is. So CTL is in English it's Center for Teaching and Learning, but in Korean you probably know it as the Gyosu Haksup Kmar Center. Okay, so this one. I'm going to use this a lot in the class. I'm going to be posting all of the assignments, and obviously the videos are here. Basically everything that we do is going to be through this. So this is like a student view. Let's see. I don't know what to do here. Anyway, basically, the first way you should try to send me a message is using this system. I'm going to check it, I don't know, pretty often, but like I said, just try to send it here. If it's not super urgent, if it's not something that you need to talk to me right away, just use this, because that'll be easier. Okay? Now, if something's a little bit more urgent, for some reason you need to talk to me more quickly, because probably CTL, it'll take me 1 or 2 days to respond. If you use my email or my Kakao ID, okay, and I'll post these on CTL, you can check that later. I'll respond a lot more quickly because these will go directly to my phone and I'll get like a message. But on CTL, it's not connected to my phone and it will take me more time to see your message. Number 3, when you're sending an email or Kakao message, don't do it late at night. So what happened last semester many times was, let's say there was an assignment that was due at like 9 p.m. or something, and then a student missed it, and then they would send me a message at like 2 a.m. in the morning saying, "Teacher, I'm really sorry that I missed my deadline, but I'm giving it to you right now." So in the student's mind, that was good because they're only a few hours late. If they waited to the next day, they would be like 10 hours late or something. But in my mind, that's bothering me a lot, right? Because My phone is going to make a sound, at 2 a.m. I'm a very light sleeper. It's probably going to wake me up. So you were trying to do something good by making your assignment not late, but at the same time, you just made me very annoyed with you by sending me messages late at night. So just don't do that. That's a bad idea for me, and it's a bad idea with any of your professors. Just don't send private messages late at night. If you're going to send, obviously CTL, you can send it at any time, but for emails and Kakao messages, don't do it late at night, please. Okay, so keep that in mind. Okay, next. So basically, what is KM Spirit? This class is a basic overview of the history of KMUS University, so how the university was started, kind of the history of how it was a religious organization, and basically the history of religion in Korea and things like that. Who started the university, all that stuff. It will also go into the philosophy of how a KMU student should behave. So basically the morality of students. There are some basic ways that a KMU student should behave, and we're going to learn all that stuff in the book. Okay. I will tell you, this is my first time to teach this class. This class is usually not taught in English. So I'm new to it. I have met a couple teachers who have taught this class in English, and I'm just being totally honest with you. They said this class is very difficult to teach because the students don't like the class because it can be very boring. So that, I think, is my challenge. I have to find a way to make the class kind of interesting for you, even though the subject of the book might be a little boring. I don't know how I'm going to do that, but again, I'm going to try my best to make this class interesting. I don't know if it's possible, but it's my challenge. The second thing I need to let you know is I am an English teacher. That's my main job. That's what I studied in school, is how to be an English teacher. So that is going to be my second focus. So the first focus of the class is to make sure that you learn the history of KMUS University and that you learn the morality and the philosophy of KMUS University. But at the same time, I'm also going to be very focused on improving your English skills because that's my main job. I'm not going to grade you on your English ability. I don't really think that's fair because, this class is not an English class. It's a KMUS history class that is in English. So it's not fair to say this guy is good in English, he's going to get an A, but this person is not good at English, so they're going to get a bad grade. That's not what I'm going to do. Okay, so don't worry if your English skill is not great. But what I'm saying is the assignments that I give you will have the goal of improving your English skills. Okay, so again, I just want to make it clear. You're not going to be graded on your English skill. You're going to be graded on your knowledge about KMUS University. But my hope is that the assignments that I give you are going to improve your skill. Okay? That's what I'm trying to say. All right? Okay, so this is the book that's used in the class. As you know, there's also the Korean version of the book, but this is the English version of the book. The Korean version of this book is super easy to find in KMUS University. Like, everybody has one in Korean. The problem is you're going to need it in English because the assignments that I give you are going to require you to do things like, read the book in English and choose the part that you like and kind of write about it. So you do need to have this book in English. Um, it's called Young People Opening the Light. It's by Young University Press. I don't know exactly how. I don't have exact advice about where to go to get this book, but because it's made by Young University, I think if you just go to the Young University bookstore, you should be able to find this book. If you're having trouble finding the book, then let me know. Send me a message using CTL, and I'll try to help you out. Probably for the first 1 or 2 weeks, you're not going to need the book yet. I'm going to give you assignments that are not directly related to the book, but after maybe 2 or 3 weeks, we're going to start kind of diving into the book, so you have some time to find this book in English. Okay? All right. Okay, so how will the class be run? Basically, each week I'm going to post a video for you to watch, and then there's going to be a small assignment for you to do each week. That's basically it. I'm not going to decide what the assignments are yet. Basically, a lot of teachers like to set out the schedule for the whole semester. They said in week 1 we're going to do this, in week 2 we're going to do this, in week 3 we're going to do this. I don't like to do that. The reason is, you could say I'm lazy, maybe. That could be my reason, but I don't think so. I think for the reason that I like to do that is every class is different. Every group of students is a little bit different. Some are faster than others. Some need more help in one area and more help in another area. So I think it's really important to kind of give you some assignment and then to see what I get as a teacher. So I want to see what kind of skills you guys have. And then let's say you guys are all amazing in English, so maybe I can push you and challenge you. But if I see that your English skills are not so good and that you're not understanding the class, then I might give like a little bit of a easier assignment or a simpler assignment. So I think it's really important to kind of see how you guys do first, and then I can kind of decide how the rest of the class will go. Okay, for the midterm and final tests, we're not going to have a test. I'm basically going to ask you to do a project that will be writing or a video, and it'll be focused on what we learned in the class. And I'll give you more details about that later, again, because I have not decided exactly what we're going to do. But like I said before, I don't think this class will stress you out too much. That's not my goal. My goal is to give you kind of an enjoyable class that improves your English and at the same time teaches you about the history of KMUS University. And again, the weekly assignments will be very easy, and the 2 projects I don't think will take a huge amount of time. For example, it could be something like you make a video explaining about some part of KMUS University history, or you do a writing assignment about how learning about the KMUS philosophy has changed your thinking, whatever, something like that. Okay, so again, we're going to decide that in more detail later. Okay, so the grading system of the class, attendance is 10% of the class. So it's really easy to get full attendance in this class. You just have to watch the video. So don't miss any videos. Just watch them all. There's only going to be one 45-minute video per week, so make sure you watch those. and then the final project will be 35%, the midterm will be 30%. These are projects, right? And then the weekly assignment will be 25% of your grade. Um, Not much to say about that. So let's keep going. So tips, basically how to get an A, or how to pass the class. Do all the assignments. Don't be late or miss anything. Missing just one assignment um, is bad. So try not to do that. Watch the videos. Don't miss any of the videos. On the big assignments, make sure you do your best. Yeah, those will there's only going to be two, so just make sure you try your best and don't just like not try when you do it. And then communicate with me and ask me if there's anything you don't understand. Um, you can always send me a message. And at the same time, try to make friends with the other people in the class. I know it's really hard to make friends in an online class, but um, I don't know how you do it. But you guys are all, I noticed you all have the same major, right? You guys are in the International Business Department, I believe. So um, I hope you have made friends maybe from last semester, and you can try to help each other to do well in the class. Okay, weekly schedule. I mentioned this before, right? So like most teachers decide what they want to do week by week, but that's just not my style. I don't think that's the best way to do it, because who knows what's going to happen during the semester. And yeah, I said this already. Okay, first assignment. All right, the video is almost done. You're going to do a self-introduction. I think it's very important to get to know you guys. And I want to hear your voice. I want to hear you speaking English. So basically, you're going to tell me as much about yourself as you can. Where you grew up, your hobbies, your dreams, your family, movies, anything you like. I should have wrote it here, but this is a key point. This introduction should be 3 minutes long. 3 minutes. I know that sounds really long, but when you do it, you'll find that it's not as hard as you think. So I want you to use your phone. Okay, just go to voice recorder in your phone and record your speaking. When I say 3 minutes, you don't have to talk like super fast for the entire 3 minutes. If you get stuck for a second and you need to think, that's totally fine. Just think about what you want to talk about and then keep going. Okay? Again, 3 minutes sounds tough, but I really want you to push yourself and try to just keep talking for 3 minutes, because that's a skill in English, is just the ability to just keep going and to talk enough. All right. So this is one of my favorite things in when I teach is hearing these self introductions. I really love to. Part of why I wanted to be a teacher is I like to learn about new people and hear about interesting things. So yes. Anyway, I'm excited. I'm excited to hear from you guys and learn about all of you. Okay. So just one more tip before we go on. Last semester, I had a lot of trouble with students who had some weird files. Like I had trouble opening some files on my computer. So try not to use any strange or uncommon programs to record your voice. I'm pretty sure that just the standard voice recorder in your phone will be good enough. So basically, if you're bad with phones or technology, just open your phone, go to voice recorder, record it, and then you can send it to like your email address, and then using a computer you can just upload it to the CTL system. Okay, so again, just as a reminder, this is the CTL system. When you log into here, you're going to see that you have an assignment, and just upload your file, say hello, hey, hello teacher, this is my assignment, and then that's it. Okay, so almost done with the video again. Because you're gonna do introduction file, I will do one as well. So obviously my name's Ashton, as I said before. This is my family. This is kind of an old picture. I have a lot more hair. My hair is starting to go away. This is a couple years ago. So my wife is Korean. I have two kids, Jisoo and Jiwon. Jisoo is 6 now in Korean age, and Jiwon is 3. So they're both a little bit bigger now. I don't know if you could guess from my accent where I'm from. If anybody wants to guess, now's your chance. But I'm from America, which is every year I'm more happy to be in Korea because America seems like it's getting crazier and crazier every year. I've been in Korea now for almost 10 years. And I'm from California, and in California, the big cities, Los Angeles, that's where I'm from. I grew up right. This is a picture of Los Angeles. I grew up like around here or something like that. Okay, so this is my hometown. My hobbies are doing jiu-jitsu. I've done jiu-jitsu for a couple of years now. I'm still just a white belt, but in jiu-jitsu it takes forever to level up, so I'm still doing it. I love exercise, so I go to the gym a lot and I do jiu-jitsu. I also play Hearthstone. I know Hearthstone is not a really cool game or a popular game, but I've always liked gaming. Before Hearthstone, I played League of Legends when I was like younger. But this is the game that takes up my time. Again, it's kind of a stupid game, but I don't know. If anybody likes Hearthstone, feel free to talk to me because I've been playing a long time now. Anyway, whatever. Okay, interesting facts about me. When I was younger, I did ROTC. So like I'm a lot thinner here. I've gained a lot of weight over the years, but anyway, I've always been into fitness and exercise and things like that, so that's me. When I was a young man, I was a fitness trainer for a few years before I became a teacher. So yeah, that's about me. My first major in school was, I don't know if you could guess from the picture, like what does this look like? You can see there's some blood here and like evidence. Okay, so if you were able to guess, my major was criminal science. My first dream was to be a police officer. I was actually going to be a police officer, but my city at the time kind of stopped hiring anybody. So that's why that's one of the reasons I came to Korea for the first time. I originally came to study Korean and to take a break. So basically I went to Goryeo and I studied Korean for a few months. But my original plan was just to go back and to be a police officer, but I met my wife, and I really loved Korea. Like, it was such a nice place. Um, so I what? What did I do? I I met my wife, and then we became serious, and then I studied in Korea more, like, because my original major was not about English, so I went to 한국 외대, and I studied English education, and got my master's degree. And then over time I was able to work at KMU, and I've been here for over a year now. So that's me. If you have any questions or you want to talk more with me, you can send me the message. So that's it, right? So again, welcome to the class. I hope that I can make a fun, interesting class for you that also helps you improve your English skills a little bit. And again, I'm very excited to listen to your introduction files. So I hope that there's no trouble when you make those. So see you next week with another video, and bye bye.